Alright, let's head this way now to the villager breeder, which did break, but I fixed it up. Not efficiently, but because 1.16 came out, what ended up happening was villagers can sleep in beds and then pop out of those beds. So what you need to do is make it so that they're not allowed to do that.
And then, as we said earlier, this is a direct line to down here to the original Villager Trading Center.
Oh, you want some carrots?
Not really.
Well, they dropped a lot of them. Okay, well, cool. Moving
And then
on.
moving on. Over here, we have sort of like a second villager area. It was just really an experiment, but these villagers give really easy trades for iron, especially since we have an unlimited amount.
Yep. Even when we're trading, I think we're making iron and emeralds at the same time. So what ends up happening is when we trade with these guys, we are loading half of that farm, way over there. We're loading half of it. What ends up happening is when we're loading half of it, we're getting more iron than we're actually spending. So it's basically just an infinite emerald farm. We just keep going back and forth from here to there, and you'll eventually get more iron than you're spending, which is really nice.
Speaking of the iron farm, take a little look at this.
If I can get through the
That was a struggle. Simple design. It's amazing how it works. I don't know who did it. Again,
yeah, we'll put it in the
I did not
description if I can
yeah.
find it. But
I didn't build this. I just brought in our lovely villager.
you mean zombie? But yes.
Zombie.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can see it in work right here. Basically, simple dumbed down version is zombie goes around through all the water streams. It slows it down enough for these villagers to have a chance of getting startled when they get scared. But once they get scared, an iron golem might spawn, and it falls down, dies from this lava that's 3 high, goes all the way through this system, goes into this auto dropper, which is not very efficient and also missing a couple blocks, and dispenses through this little sorting system. So basically, the sorting system is the middle is poppies, and what ends up happening is, you can see it there, what ends up happening is the poppies flow into the middle and they go in, and if they're not a poppy and they're iron, then they go into one of these outside ones. And if they're neither, then they just end up despawning in the middle. But that's a rare chance that anything falls through the lava and gets through. So, yeah.
Now moving on, we get to show you our nether.
Yep, the very beginning of the nether, going into the mob farm. Which
So
is
here it is.
this way. Yeah, we'll show a little bit more in depth of all of the banner stuff in a little bit later.
But they label all the different positions and different farms that are attached.
One of 2 ways, which we'll explain a little bit later. But yes.
So here is one of my projects. This actually was the third major project, really. It's just a general mob farm that I designed a while back. It's simple enough where it's actually jammed right now because I haven't fixed it yet, but
How is there a skeleton?
I don't know, should not. But very simple how it works. It's just a clock that normally is on. I'll fix that now. That is sending water streams down to push the mobs off certain platforms.
And as you can see down here, there's a ton of mobs. The water's kind of all messed. We haven't AFK'd here in a while, mainly because there's not much that we have to AFK for here anymore. But
it's pretty cool if you could just fly around and show how the storage system's actually a mini version of the farm.
Yeah. So we have this huge farm here, and then we have a little bit of a smaller version. And then because phantoms only spawn if you don't have a block above you, I put a very smaller version. So it's like it's like farm inception kind of, where you have a big farm, a little bit of a smaller one to hold all the storage, and then a very small one so that there's nothing spawning up top. And
it works fine. And then just if we go down to the bottom here, you just have a water stream pushing the mobs. Sometimes they'll fall, but if not, most of the time they'll die from the magma.
Right. And I really like how this glows. Come down here into Soul Campfire, because if you didn't know, fun fact, this does double damage. So it does way more than normal campfires. And the only thing that we actually have left down here, which I can't show because I'm in my camera view, but it's just arrow storage, so that we take all the arrows out before they go in, and then if it backs up, it'll go through the entire system and then get burned to the top, because we don't need any more arrows. But I just wanted to make it so that we could store a bunch of them up here, since the farm makes it. There's no reason to throw them all away.
And we get them from the skeleton farm too, so
Right.
it's not like we ever don't have any.
The only thing that we were losing is, I think, chicken, which we have unlimited of, basically. I think we're losing a little bit of witch drops, which we'll show a little bit later, our witch farm. So overall, it's not that bad.
It was a pretty simple design. It's somewhat easy to make, because all it is these platforms here with dispensers and observers.
Yep. Very simple. Technically,
then
it's Wayne's design, but this type of design is
yeah, it's commonly
is pretty
used.
common. Yeah. So
Yeah, I think this might be the second or third time I've designed this on a server, because I had one on our old server. I made one in a personal world, and then I made it here.
okay. So
Anyways, moving on, as we promised, the bigger boat down here.
with some nice cannons that totally did not explode and blow up the hall and almost sink our
Here's
ship.
my end chest. I knew I left it somewhere.
We're not in peaceful. It's not that hard to get an end chest. If you don't know what I'm referring to, I'm referring to Ilmego's Peaceful series, in which it's kind of hard to get end chests because you can't craft them. So the only way to get them is through the end cities. Just a kind of cool way of looking at it. I was just going to watch that if you like these videos. They're way more in depth and way better than these, but they're really cool.
Dude, how do you have so much TNT?
I crafted a bunch because there's a gold farm project which I'll show a little bit later, but I wanted to add a flying machine going up to the gold farm. And wow, you cannot get a better shot. There's we have a watcher. Wayne, we have someone watching to see if there's Lando.
And who would that be?
Oh, not up there. In the front of the ship.
Skeleton. That's funny.
If skeletons are green
Oh,
and have
that's a
blue
zombie.
clothes, then yes, you're completely correct.
Anyways. Oh, bad. Just that one, please.
Mm-hmm. Not museum.
Yeah, we have a little bit of a
not crowded at all.
population issue.
We've gotten 2 turtle shells from this, so it's pretty nice. Really moving ourselves up in the world.
Yeah, it's nice. It's tiny and maybe a little bit overcrowded, but it gets the job done.
Yeah, I spent a couple hours trying to get this for a zombie pigman farm until I realized that there is a farm pretty much as efficient, if not more efficient, that we can make that doesn't include this. So we have a bunch of these eggs that we can place wherever we want, and also I got a bunch of scoots from growing them, but it's all good. I think our next thing to show is the void farm, but I know that there's one extra thing, which is the TNT mining area.
Well, we never use TNT down here.
Or yeah, I meant beacon mining area. No, I don't want to die down here.
This is extremely not mob proof, so do be careful.
Okay, well, I saw that. But yeah, this is just a very, very, very... Oh, lava. It's just a very, very simple little area where we just have...
Vinny, do you have some chicken? I need some
I
chicken.
have 5 pieces. I do have something else, though. You gotta love villagers. I mean, who doesn't?
Villagers are incredibly frustrating.
And we move more this way.
This is the map that I showed you earlier. This is a map of what I'm trying to do is make a void map. It's taking a very long time because I don't have a good automated system for getting snow layers or snow blocks or whatever.
Then apparently you've made it also into a sugarcane farm.
Yes, but before we made the redstone one, because I needed rockets, and I was just like, well, I'm here for a very long amount of time. A couple shulker boxes worth of stuff. Wow, that was cruel. But
Well,
now what we
better
can
than me
do
killing them.
is go all the way back to the nether portal so that we can show off our decently simple guardian farm. So, coming back to the nether portal, I'm supposed to meet Wayne there. you want to talk about this, Wayne?
I mean, I didn't build it. I mean, I helped, but sure.
Yeah.
It's just simple. Here you have chests where if you collect any of the loot, you can turn off the water, I think, so that they just automatically fall. And if we actually go up here and sort of look at how it actually works.
Yeah, go up through this.
I cleared all this out. Yes, me. You did nothing.
I did. I helped you entirely. So essentially what we did was Wayne here cleared out this big area. I did the worst part, which is making sure that all of these function correctly. Like with all these trapdoors, it's a big pain. And then what we did was we added soul sand at the bottom to make all the water
I
rise.
was the one that made sure that all the kelp worked.
Yes, and then we eventually
put
gave
down all
up.
the soul sand.
And I'm pretty sure no, it works. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. We didn't test all of them. We tested like
It works.
yeah.
The rates speak for themselves.
Yeah, they're decent rates. XP not so much, but we have a better farm for that. This is another farm that I would have liked to show off, but I just didn't have a powerful enough computer at that point. So
This was a design by
someone, I'll leave it in the description.
someone from the Hermitcraft server.
Yeah.
Was it Iscal?
No, it's definitely not in scale. He's not that advanced. I think it was Impulse.
Doc or Impulse? Yeah.
There's a llama head if you want to come grab it. There's 2 of them.
I'll pass.
Okay. Well,
Moving swiftly on.
so basically what we have up here is 2 beacons to make sure we don't die, because God forbid we die and then all of our stuff falls in the farm, and then I'm not sure if we added one of the, like a combustion chamber, but
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
Because you have the fish. You have all the different types of fish you can get.
but you don't want to die and lose all your items. That's just bad.
A pain.
Yeah, and on top of that, you don't want to die when you're AFKing. Back to the LOL. So I think that we've covered almost everything around the base.
Now we get to start traveling far, far away.
Yes, through the Nether and beyond.
This is the base of our Nether hub. It haven't really had a need to go south yet, but we got north, south, and east. Not south. Never mind. As we fly up here, we go up here to this monstrosity.
Yeah, let's go all the way up to show off the actual farm first. Now,
Alright.
again, I don't remember who built this, but I will leave it in the description because I definitely know that it's a wide-known design. I know that Mumbo Jumbo, there's a bunch of XP right here. Mumbo Jumbo used pretty much the exact design. I tried to copy it exact because this middle portion was too good. I wanted to be able to swing for when they... Oh. Someone wants to test it off and lose all their items. Anyways, I wanted it so that you could swing to get faster rates plus looting along with the heads, because we also have the Hermitcraft, like, head dropping when you kill something, have a % chance. But it's a gold farm. Zombie piglins come over here, you swing your sword, their loot falls down all the way through the system, and we can go show the system right now.
So the main problem was that there were 3 hoppers that were collecting items, but when you're using looting, it was still too fast to actually work. Like the systems would clog up and your inventory would fill up and everything would break. So I had to design this little monstrosity down here, which drops all the items as fast as they come, and then these slime blocks push them down. Push them in front of the chest to line them up for these hoppers. The slime block pushes them all down, and it goes all the way down here. And if the item does not fit into one of the criteria, it just gets burned.
Pretty simple. I mean, it's not really that simple.
Yeah, no, it was a pain to actually build the system to make it so that they were fast enough, because stuff would just fill up so quickly that we had to do it with ice. But figuring out a system that worked was not fun.
Yeah, and we'll show it off more in the video where we talk about all of our different redstone components. But very simply, it gets split up, dropped down, and sent through. And then we have a couple other systems here. One for sending rotten flesh back up, because we get a ton of rotten flesh from this farm.
Yeah. Technically, We made this farm fully AFKable for a lifetime.
Yeah, so you could
So
AFK infinitely.
as long as your computer's on, this farm will continue working for eternity.
Right, and because of the sheer amount of rotten flesh, I made it so that you can get rotten flesh back. Also, this entire most of it's made out of gold and obsidian and blackstone. But I made it so that basically rotten flesh goes all the way from the bottom all the way up into this system, which just every once in a while, which I can show over here, it goes through, sends a little bit of redstone signal, which activates this dispenser. You click the button to start it, and then it'll start dispensing rotten flesh. Not enough so that it will start despawning, or it will start overflowing a little bit, but it's not a ton to where it'll actually lag out the server. But what we can do next is come down here and show off this amazing little storage area. So basically we have storage for a ton of nuggets. We have the piglin heads, zombie piglin heads, normal gold, which I don't think there's any in here right now, and then we have a ton of rotten flesh, which eventually they just all get burned. Yeah, it's even backlogged all the way through up until there, so it's just you get a ton. Over here is our piglin bartering storage. So we have 8 of these different piglins that trade with us. They trade gold. We have a little system, which if we flick this lever, it will unlock a hopper over here, allowing for all the gold in this to be evenly distributed using an Ilmango design. But it evenly distributes any gold that can possibly go through the system, and it will dispense it to, as you can see, to the piglins. I don't think it's fully works properly.
Just there's not enough gold in.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have a ton of gold here. We just haven't gotten around to bartering it. And also there's a little bit of a flaw where it just backs up. So what I ended up doing was just putting just a huge array of chests. And if we want to come back later, it is probably possible to make a normal system where it dispenses in and then gets sent through. But I just didn't have the time to do it, and I just didn't think it was worth it. I tried a ton of different things. They didn't work. This is another one of Mumbo's type thing. Basically what happens, and we're going to use this same type of system in a minecart storage system, which will also be coming soon on the channel. But basically, you flick this up, and it sends the minecart through. And it goes through the entire system, picking up any chests that end up falling. And basically, what you can do with that is break all of these chests, and then what you can do is manually, fill up your whole inventory except for your first slot with iron, or with gold ingots, and then you can click 1 in each of these chest or crafting slots, and what you end up getting is your gold block or your gold ingots. So they come back into your inventory, and then you can repeat the process. But what you don't want in that is to get a bunch of chests. Putting chests into something else, taking them out along with the hoppers, taking them out and sending them over here. So they get taken out. You click this button, they get sent through, and they get all taken out. So overall, it doesn't sound very complicated. Pick up all the chests and hoppers using this minecart, and then send over and distribute these piglin trades, and then get all the items down here into a storage system. It doesn't sound that complicated, but when you really look into the nitty-gritty redstone about it, it gets really, really complicated.
And a redstone video of the farms for those interested in how all this stuff actually works and and the problems that we had trying to make them work will probably be coming eventually. Yes.
So, essentially what we have right here is a flying machine. A very, it was very complicated to build because you need to make sure that this functions, properly, because it's essentially 5 flying machines at 5 blocks each. And I looked it up for the longest time. I couldn't figure it out, so I made my own design, which, again, will be in that redstone video about everything on the server, which will include excess farms, anything that other people built maybe on YouTube. We copied the design, and we'll also include all of the builds that we made, which are not the most advanced, but I think work out in the long run. So basically what this is a very crude system which will you step over the pressure plates, and then the flying machine will go up, and it will get stuck on the top so it doesn't go any higher. This is essentially what's at the top. So it will be stopped by the end chest, and it will stay there. And then we have this ring of redstone, which will activate these pistons, which will send the flying machine back downwards. So it's just a very, very simple machine. It took a very long time to make, but it's a very simple machine that sends everything up, and then you can call it, and then it'll come back down. It's just basically a flying machine. That's a 5x5 flying machine, which I couldn't find anywhere, so I will make a video included with all the rest of them. But yeah.
Anyways, moving on.
Basically, what we can do is just fall down here on this nice padded hay bales and take no more than like a half a heart or a heart, and you can fly all the way from max height and you won't take any damage. So it's kind of a fun game, just trying to get in, but it's kind of risky because if you die you'll have to come back and it's a big mess, but it's kind of like a fun game.
And then one little feature that's a little less known.
Oh yeah.
That's the wrong button.
Yeah, you don't want to.
That one. There you go. If you go down here, we have a netherite mine down here. I don't think that's hay bale down there, or
it is. Yeah. Simple, very branching. I don't know if it's really useful because you have to go pretty far now to get anywhere. But overall,
it's a nice little hidden feature.
Yeah, something simple so we have a place to go. And these scaffolding, I just thought were nice. I made it so that you can't really lose them. But yeah. Alright, cool. We can continue the tour now.
Wow.
A little bit of payback. There's piglins here.
I thought you mob-proofed all this.
No, not the other side.
Anyways, moving east.
Yeah, moving east. Going to the witch farm, which is pretty far away.
Let's just take a little pit stop.
First we have the gravel mountain, which that looks more like dirt, but nevertheless.
That's where we get gravel.
Yeah, there's a gravel mountain through there, and we can continue on to the witch farm. Basically, it's just a replica of a witch hut with a little bit of an extension, and down here is the witch farm, which I'll go down there and show that in a second. But up here is AFK right in the middle. Has essentially a witch farm plus some stuff, just because it's useful. We have miscellaneous, so if anything ends up going through, it'll go through into this spot. And I also have this system, which is pretty compact, and I'll explain a little bit more in depth of how it works. But essentially, if this miscellaneous storage gets too backed up, it will start deleting blocks, which is, there's some lava down here. And because we have fire tick off, because fire tick is the worst, it won't burn down the entire cloud. We also have stick, spider eye, glass bottle, sugar, gunpowder, glowstone, and redstone, which is the most important. Gunpowder is also pretty important since there's a lot of gunpowder here. Since we've kind of ran out at the mob farm, and I'd much rather AFK here than the mob farm because redstone is just so useful.
Moving down here, you built a nice little aesthetic here with a very weird color palette. A lot of blues.
Yeah.
Pretty much every blue block in Minecraft.
I took a little bit of inspiration from Smallish Beans because the build is way worse than what Smallish Beans can make, but I really liked how he was using this nice blue with the black stone. It just complements each other. But yeah, and we can go right through the doors that don't exist. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, this isn't a house. This is a witch farm. So
yeah, the farm's in there.
Don't go in the attic. It's very ugly. But down here, which is the witch farm, it's very simple. When a witch spawns, which they're probably not because we're a little bit too close, but when a witch spawns, it will trigger the tripwire, which goes back into this and triggers these trapdoors, which send it down to Entity Cram to go all the way through and then up through this little item stream up to the storage. So it's very, very simple. I'll try to find the farm design again and put it in the description. But Entity Cram kills them, and then all the items go up. Is the simple way of saying it. Now, I was referring to earlier the big flower biome being right here, and it's like right here. Like if it all goes to according to plan, we should be able to find, hopefully.
Yeah, right here. Right here is a flower forest, and then there's flower forest, dark oak. So it switches right about here.
Right. So we can try to make some kind of farm here, and then also, because flower forests they're not random. Like, every single block has a specific flower that will spawn every single time you bone meal it. We have to find a good patch which has like every single type. So it might have to be like over here, which will be kind of annoying, and we might not be able to AFK at both.
But no matter what, if we just link it by a lever, we should be in range to do both.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Hopefully. If not, we'll have a separate AFK area, and hopefully it also kind of loads in the witch farm, just as a little added bonus.
And next we can go show the end portal.
Wayne made these amazing little banners to symbolize that this is the end, and we can go into this very unfinished kind of end room, and you'll see what I deem as a finished end room later on. And
yeah, I don't even know where is it in here. Oh, other way.
Yeah. So there's not even any eyes in here because I haven't done. Oh, geez.
Yeah, this was not our original end portal. We turned that into a sand farm.
Yeah. And also, like, there's a bunch of stuff that I didn't really want to have just right there. So I think this is the best, the best way of both worlds, having our sand farm, which we also have husks drop sand, but it's just we needed a lot of sand.
It's so hard to play this game with knowing you might die.
Just how you're supposed to play the game.
Details.
So this is our farming nether portal.
This was actually our original portal that we went in originally and fought the Ender Dragon in. But
this is more polished.
Sand farm. Yeah, this was our finished, where we cleaned up all the sides and fixed it up to what it would be at 100%. Not really ruined.
Right.
But
Cracked
now,
and mossy, but completed technically.
Now
You have to jump. Go.
Farm.
You will crash your server. Essentially, what this is it's just simple sand farm that will dispense items, which I'll go in and show in a second. Then we also have an obsidian farm, which is not on, but we can turn that on as well. Basically, what it does is dispenses eggs that a ton of chickens up top create. So this is basically our chunk loader. It gets powered by an OR gate, so either of these are on or both. It will power this, and we can go through and show this off. Essentially, what this is it will, whatever blocks we want, most of the time it's going to be, what's it called? Sand. Most of the time we're going to get sand out of this, and then also, because we have the obsidian farm on, you can break obsidian, and what it'll do is it'll give you obsidian and it'll keep refreshing. I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, okay, you can't really do both of them efficiently at the same time, because once the entities go through, it reloads the end.
But normally the egg is what is used
Yeah,
for the
and it lets all three go.
obsidian farm.
But that's fine. Also,
And
there is a wither up there. That's scary. But basically, if the light's on, you get extra loot. So I think there's some things, you get eggs if the light is on, and then you can turn the light off, I'm pretty sure, just by clicking that button. And then the light goes off, and you'll stop getting eggs out of the farm. They'll just sit there and despawn. But the Wither Rose farm, which we'll show in a second, basically gives ender pearls, wither roses, and then we have the obsidian thing right here, which somehow is sand. But we can show off the amazing, I know this is a RaiseWorks design, and I will leave that in the description. This is a RaiseWorks,
ow.
This is a RaiseWorks design. It's improved though. So basically what it does is the wither shoots at a chicken, which you can't see because it hasn't loaded in yet. And most of the time what it'll do is it'll go over and then land over here. It's a big mess.
What is with these withers?
Essentially what it does is it'll send the blocks down into a cobweb, which will fall down into a single hopper down there.
Ah.
You gonna die? You're gonna die.
I'm fine.
I don't have any rockets. Oh,
I have
never mind.
5.
Okay.
Okay, that's enough of the end. Let's
I do want to show the AFK spot. All right, time for a little bit of a show. Anyways, basically what we have down here is an ender pearl. If you look at it from a very far glance, it looks pretty good. But down here is where the endermite is, and where all of the endermen fall down all the way down until one of their side of the wither heads blows up and destroys the enderman, killing them, dropping wither roses and ender pearls as you see here, and it falls down all the way through the system, which gets dispensed all the way over there. So yeah, very simple design. And we also have a couple of these little end portals, which I want to have a uniform design, except for the one that's below me, which is with the wither. These uniform designs so we can like have a little platform to jump through. Now, the only thing that I haven't shown yet is this little box over here. Now you might be wondering what this little box is, and what it is a shulker.
I actually don't even know what's in here.
Yeah, and you
What is
might
with
die.
these endermen?
But yes, there's a shulker and a boat down here. I wanted to get them just
Wait,
so
is this
just
the
so
one that
have
we
'em.
got like a year ago?
Nope. I just brought them over like a couple weeks ago for the shulker box farm
Oh.
that we're gonna build when 1.17 comes out. Speaking of 1.17, get out of there, yeah. Speaking of 1.7, oh my, this is a big mess.
Alright, let's go to the overworld.
Oh,
Let's
no.
Cover up your friend and let's go to the overworld.
Yeah, I know, I gotta cover. Oh,
Just place the block.
I go, go. Ow. Okay, I'm back at my house.
I'm back at the hole.
I'm lagging, I think. Alright, I'm alive. So, now that we're back at the hole, or back at my house, there's one thing I didn't show off. We do have these blast furnaces and normal furnaces in this little closet area. So, now that we showed our farm nether end portal and everything like that, we can show off the slime farm. That's what's next. So let's head over there now.
You need to start closing doors.
I need more rockets.
And here we are again, pretty close to the sand duplicating nether end portal, but we have a slime farm that I built a while ago.
And we have plans for all of these branching out pathways, which I'll show a little bit later. Towards the
It
end of
doesn't
the
look
video.
too great from the outside. I just wanted to mob proof the area around here. That was the main goal. Right here, slime farm, plenty of slime. And if you we'll show everybody down there just the inner workings of it. It's very, very simple.
And
It's all uniform stone.
yeah, we'll come back to this a little bit later, or when we show off all of our redstone builds. But
This is actually really easy.
yeah, it's very, very simple. Just they go down, they activate in like unloader, and then they come up just like that, and they flow across. But yeah, it's a very, very simple farm. And as you can see, it does give results.
Yeah, I mean I haven't AFK'd here in
Yeah, same.
months.
Probably should leave. There's a zombie coming.
Okay, fine by me.
Yeah, let's head back to.
Let's see. Oh yeah, we have our desert, mining desert.
I'll grab a boat. As Wayne showed earlier, you can get a boat from that button over there. And what we will do is use the boat a little bit later when we start heading very far away.
Right here.
We have our Yep.
as well as an acacia biome for that acacia wood.
Yeah, cha-cha.
Next,
We go a little bit further. We will end up at, if anyone can
the
guess what this
Christmas
is.
village.
You kind of ruined that.
Sorry, it's beautiful. It's,
Yes, it took a very long time. So, oh, it's even snowing. Wonderful. I also labeled, I'm not gonna put, most of this stuff was not directly copied, but it was all inspired by something, and I will do my best to show who I got the designs from. I'm not gonna link it in the description, but almost everyone should have a little name card made out of birch on what build that they've inspired it making of. But essentially, we have a nice little Christmas village. Now, we used to have an actual village over there, and I took the entire thing out so that it didn't look bad, I guess. There is an igloo left, which has 2 villagers in case we ever want to breed them. But moving down to the little pathway, we have this pathway walking towards it, and again, we have a green statue, making the build a little bit more festive. Jeffrey, I'm not even going to try to say his last name, designed one of these, which actually is the hipster door.
How hard is that? Zao.
I don't know. You click the button, and it retracts. These are basically... Don't let that get in. What? Just get in. Okay. So essentially, that is 3 of the hipster doors we showed off earlier. Right next to each other and all functioning. We might come back to this in another video and how this all works. But again, it's not my design. It's Jeffrey Zhao's. Sorry if I said that wrong. Anyways, we can continue on. All of these houses are pretty similar. On the outside, they're almost identical, but there are villagers, different villagers in each of them with different professions, and also these nice little stands that are out here. This guy sells chocolates, and this is a design from Apollamore. But yep, there's ancient debris, little chocolates here, and there's cocoa beans and a little jungle plant out the back. But all of these houses are very similar.
Very, very detailed area here. You can tell we got the berries on the leaves outside.
Yes, it took me a very long time to add them all in.
Nice and festive, especially these little shops. These little shops are very detailed.
What kind of stuff is he selling? Cookies! Sugar cookies. Oh. But yeah, emeralds to show the cookies, and then wheat and cocoa to make the actual cookies in the game. Another one of these small little houses. Disregard the head, we don't talk about that.
Wait, what?
What? Anyways, let's move on. We have one last one, and as you can see, he sells Cinnabons. The same. All of these are the same storefronts, a little bit different at the back though. But he sells Cinnabons, little nice treats. That's a very large Cinnabon, actually. That's like the size of my head. That's a very large Cinnabon. Moving on. We have this last one, which I'm not going to go in. I'll just show the outside of, and an item frame. Another small mistake.
Why is there a villager on a boat on top of the house?
He's Santa Claus. And also, when we make the villager breeder, I didn't know where else to put him. And you didn't notice until then, so. But this is the Christmas village of Night Raven 22 and Editing Bug 649. I don't know why he didn't capitalize the R, he capitalized his B. But yes, this is a very festive tree. I made the tree and asked Wayne to do all of the different ornaments.
All of the ornaments.
Yes, all the ornaments. I mean, I did most of the work, actually, but never mind. We have this little angel at the top, which I don't think has anything in it, but we had plans to put a rocket show, which I did myself. So, yeah, very simple. The person who designed this is... I have no idea how to say that, but that person. So you can look
Oh,
her
where
up.
are you?
At the bottom. You can look her up. I don't know how to say her name. Also, Wayne made this beautiful soundtrack that I'm not gonna play because it will get copywritten. And yeah, it's a nice little soundtrack that it writes over the music disc Cat. But essentially, that is this entire little area. Yeah, it's around 50 by 50. It's nice. It's nice. That's all I have to say. Well, so Rudolph has his little nose as well. Thought that was a nice touch. But I think it is time to travel our furthest that we've ever traveled, and that would be to the Redstone Island. Yeah.
My personal favorite.
So, essentially, this is a mushroom island that we took, just like the Hermitcraft shopping district. Ow. But yeah, nice little banner here. And it's just like the Hermitcraft shopping district. We didn't want any mobs spawning. But it's like a combination of that and also Mumbo Jumbo's industrial district. So what we're planning to do is have a ton of farms built up around here. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the pumpkin farm that we laid out here. I don't know if there's still chests. I'm pretty sure I tried to cover up all evidence of there being a pumpkin farm. Yeah, it's all gone. But there used to be a pumpkin farm down here.
That pumpkin farm took a while. I didn't even know it was gone.
Yeah, you told me to demolish it. Well, I asked, and then you said you gave me the go-ahead. Because we'll make a little bit more of an efficient one later on.
Yeah, that pumpkin farm was the definition of inefficient.
But I demolished that, and now we can go over to back in our Minehut days. Because we used to play not on an Apex server, but on a Minehut server, which is a free hosting server. Obviously, we're not sponsored by them because we're showing how bad they are. But we couldn't have TNT duping, so we couldn't make a farm that was like easily built. So what we ended up going with is a very, very simple. Oh, it's actually not simple, but what it does is simple. You basically right click, you place a sapling, you strip the log, and then you break it. Now there's a way to do it without stripping the log. It just requires you to use your hand. Right. So it's a little bit less efficient.
It's pretty quick for a manual farm. But that definitely got outdone by my monstrosity over here.
Yeah. So, before we show that, we can come over here to this beautiful, beautiful sugarcane farm, which I don't entirely remember who made it. It might have been Impulse. I think it was Impulse. I'll leave that in the description as well. I might be wrong about the Impulse thing, though. So, we can come over and show this way, which is the very, very crude little zombie spawner that we found on the island. So this is, I'm pretty sure, the only way for mobs to technically spawn on a mushroom island. And I can't see anything.
Yeah, it's from the mob spawner. I was gonna do something with it, but I couldn't come up with something to do, so I just made that, and
yeah, because as seen from before, I can't see anything. As seen from before, oh, I'm in a hole. How do I get out of said hole? Alright, I'm out of said hole. But yeah, well, what we planned to do was make a similar farm to the skeleton farm. So what we could have done is made it so that dogs kill the skeletons, and then we get the XP from it, because it technically counts as a player kill. So that's what we were trying to do, is add this little area so that we could feed our axes XP. So maybe send them over here in this little open area so that the dogs eliminate the skeletons and we get some XP from it. It didn't work out because it turns out that dogs don't attack zombies passively, which neither of us knew. So this is our little storage for sugarcane. We obviously get a ton of it. It's a really big farm. It took a very long time to make, but in the end I think it's definitely worth it.
it was definitely worth it over the small one.
Yeah.
And this is probably the last big farm on the server, but this is my pride and joy right here. This is a 5 or 6-in-1 farm, and it's certainly not simple. The only thing that I did not design myself with this was Ilmango's 4-in-1 tree farm. So this does spruce, oak, birch, and jungle. I did not design this. That is Ilmango.
Yeah, no, I'll put that in the description.
I did design, and if we go up here, we have a timed TNT duper.
The concepts are simple, but when you actually
Yeah.
go
Try to-
in,
yeah.
it becomes a lot harder.
So you flip the lever. It doesn't matter when you turn it on or off. I made it so that it is completely safe to use. So if you don't even know how it works, nothing will self-destruct.
It's grain proof.
Let's not test it. But moving forward, as I said, it is a 4-in-1 system. So if we want, this is a basalt generator. We turn on the basalt generator. Cobblestone generator. We turn on the cobblestone generator. And as you guys can see, the cobblestone and basalt are being pushed down as the TNT is exploding. And they are being pushed into hoppers down there by the water. So it looks somewhat simple. Those are the two big parts. We also have, let me just turn these off. We have the tree farm, which also works.
Yeah, we can go over the tree farm. So essentially, very simply, what it does is it breaks all the leaves, sends all of the stuff through, and then breaks it on the TNT. A couple other things that we also have here would include this, which dispenses concrete for us to place down here, falls down, gets pushed, and it gets activated. We have the last thing, we'll deal with that in a second, our machine that strips wood. Essentially, you flick the lever, you place it on your offhand, and you'll get stripped wood. Now, since this conveniently happened, we can show off that... Oh, please turn that off. I don't want this guy to die.
Yeah. But I do love this system. It wasn't easy to make, but it's amazing how much can be fit in such a small... I wouldn't say small, but in such a... in such a consolidated area.
Yeah, but like an all-in-one kind of farm, like I mentioned in our previous video with Ourcraft. But since this wandering trader conveniently spawned, we can show what one of our next projects is probably going to be. And what we're going to try to do is trade everything that we can with this wandering trader. Now, I don't think we've explained it yet, so I will show you what this wandering trader sells. Essentially, we have a bunch of different mini blocks that Vanilla Tweaks has to offer in a data pack. So instead of making the wandering trader just have these random trades that are pretty useless, they sell mini block heads. And because they sell mini block heads, we are planning on making an entire system that will have at least a stack of every block. And this is what we're going to label it with. So once we get one of every single one of these, and then I plan on also creating some so that it doesn't look like we're missing a bunch of stuff. But I think we're going to start with this, go through every single version of the game, and make different sections for each version, which is going to be part of my museum, which we'll show in a different video as well. But once we get all of these mini blocks, we can start on that video, which will be getting one stack of every single block in the entire game, and labeling it using this. Yeah, can you protect me?
No.
Thanks for protecting me. So, essentially, we have a coordinated way of going about this, and these phantoms are very, very loud. I got it. Okay. So we do have a coordinated way of going about this, and that includes Wayne here, trading with the villager, and then asking if we have different blocks. So first I gave him some diamonds, emeralds rather, so he can trade. We buy all the Ourcraft heads because we have enough emeralds. We're not rich, but we have enough. So we buy all the Ourcraft heads, and then we go in order of each different thing, and I say whether or not we have the block. So whenever you're ready, we can start.
Yeah, pumpkin.
We have that.
Netherrack.
We have that.
Respawn anchor, I know we have. Hay bale.
We have that.
Loom.
We have that.
Lodestone.
We have that.
Granite.
We have that.
Target blocks.
We have that.
Gold.
We have that.
lit redstone lamp,
We have that.
lapis ore,
We have that.
quartz ore,
We have that.
gray concrete,
We have that.
iron block,
We have that.
ancient debris,
We have that.
fletching table,
We have that.
polished granite,
We have that.
and then dispenser is the last thing, and I know we have plenty of those.
Yep. So, after we deal with all that, and this time it was a little bit of a bust, we end up unliving him for his head, because it also gets out some of our frustration, because these mobs are one of the worst in vanilla Minecraft, and I'm very happy with the kind of addition that Vanilla Tweaks has made to make them less useless, and I'm very happy with how they've done it. Oh, I see. We can reenact something that we just did. Alright. So, I think what we can do is meet back in the studio. So, I'll see you there.
Thanks everybody for watching. Next Ourcraft episode is going to be an in-depth look at all of our redstone farms.
I'll show on screen a couple pictures of the different plans that we have. The first one being a wither skeleton farm that I already have fully designed in a test world of Ourcraft. The second being a redstone island storage that we just haven't gotten around to do. It's completely built up. All we need to add once we put it into the server is water streams. The thing that we showed earlier, which is that tower, will expand upon this potion brewery that we will add. Our last thing that I will show on screen now is a couple images of the pathway designs that we might be using when we branch off from those core 4 directions, like going to the hole or going to the redstone district. All those different things will have different pathways that we can show. But anyways, thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day, and don't forget to subscribe. You know that thing that we were supposed to be doing this whole time?
I'm not going to report a single YouTube video. Okay. Moving on.
Imagine if I didn't. Or hits the
I have this on me at all times. I feel like a lot of that needs to be cut out because it's just cringy and bad in every way, shape, and form.